Good morning, traders. Today is 22nd of April, and here's your morning market analysis. We have seen some big moves in the dollar and gold smashing new record highs, so let's get into it. Let's start with the dollar index. The DXY has leaped to 97.91, marking its lowest level since early 2022. So, what's driving this weakness? It is the combination of policy uncertainty and a shift in global capital flows. President Trump's protectionist stance and cryptic remarks, like his "those with have gold makes the rules," quote, have spooked markets. And on top of that, institutions are scaling back their holdings of US assets, which raises questions about the dollar's safe haven status going forward. And technically, it is not looking much better. The index has broken through major moving average 20, 100, and 200-day, which suggests a well-established downtrend. And RSI is down near 23, deep in oversold territory, which could mean a short-term bounce. But MACD remains in bearish crossover territory, showing that downward momentum isn't fading just yet. And moving to crude oil, the narrative is mixed. Prices have bounced lightly, but the broader tone remains cautious. The easing of US Iran tensions has opened the door to more Iranian oil hitting the market, which is bearish for the prices. At the same time, ongoing tariff uncertainty and fears of a slowdown in global demand are keeping a lead on any upside. And from a technical standpoint, WTI crude oil is hovering near the 62 to 63 range. It recently touched a multi-year low, but the RSI is begun to climb, suggesting some bottoming behavior. If it can reclaim 63 and hold above it, we might see a move toward the 65 level. But the market remains vulnerable to news headlines and any shift in OPEC policy. Gold, on the other hand, is thriving in this environment, and safe haven flows has been strong, with our prices reaching a fresh record high of 34.30, and the rally is being fueled by a perfect storm: geopolitical tension, inflation fears, economic slowdown, and a weakening dollar. Trump's Golden Rule statement only added fuel to the fire, reinforcing gold's symbolic and strategic value. And technically, gold looks stretched but not exhausted. RSI is high, around 77, which means we are nearing overbought territory, though still short of extreme levels. As long as it holds about 3400 level, bulls are in control. The next target would be 3450 and potentially 3500. Any dip below 3400, though, could invite profit taking toward 33 to 29 or lower. Lastly, Australian dollar is showing impressive strength, and the Aussie has pushed about 0.64, lifted by a broader weaker greenback and supportive fundamentals. China's decision to keep its lending rate steady helped the sentiment, as did the news that some Chinese-made tech products will be exempt from US tariffs, which is a good news for Australia given its deep trade links with China. And technically, the pair is trending above the 9-day EMA and flirting with the 200-day SMA at 0.6471. And RSI is firm above 60, pointing to a continued bullish momentum. And resistance is just ahead of 0.65, while support rate rests around 0.64 and deeper at 0.6332. And so far, the structure favors continued gains unless we see a sudden reversal in risk sentiment. And that's all for today's morning update. And in general, the markets are still moving more on headlines and sentiment. And make sure your stop loss are in places. And I will see you in the next analysis. Thank you.